What's up, everybody? Happy Monday morning. It's happy to be with you on this week. I'm excited for episode 134 for no other reason than 34 was my favorite number growing up. It was Nolan Ryan was one of my favorite baseball players. I wore 34 in baseball. I wore 34 for part of my football career and then switched to 42. Completely unnecessary piece of information, but now you know. So you can say to somebody, hey, did you know what football number Mike was in high school? It was 42. 34 was my favorite number. You even had a chain, like the old school, like when you're a cool baseball, like little leaguer, you're gonna get a chain with your number on it. I had one of those. I think I actually got rid of it like a couple of years ago. A lot of times we get discouraged because the majority of the clients we deal with as leaders are the escalations, right? They're the problem children. They're the clients that didn't go well, the clients you probably shouldn't have taken on. It's the projects that went poorly. It's that employee you fired and in the wake of issues that you're dealing with trying to solve those things. And so a lot of times we forget how many clients have great experiences with us and some not so well, but you don't know what to do sometimes. You don't know how to solve the problem. You don't know what's actually going wrong. You don't know where the mistake or the issue is inside of the machine or the organization. And so something I do every time I hire on a salesperson to contact many clients in order to understand what's working, what's not working, and why they chose to work with us. We ask questions like, what were you dealing with before you started with us? What kind of problems did we solve for you? What has been the experience working with us? And I've done that in roofing, I did it in remodeling, I did it in coaching. But something I was reading a book recently on buying and purchasing companies, and a really great step to take when you first buy a company is to call their top clients and figure out how things are going. And I realized how rarely companies do this now in their regular routine, how rarely people reach out to their existing client base to better understand what's working, what's not working, what do they want. Sometimes one of the biggest issues in client expectation gaps is what they're getting in a different industry or a different provider they wish they were getting from you. And it could be basic communication, it could be basic hand holding, it could be basic touch points along the client journey and the client experience. And it doesn't have to be complicated, but you just don't know because if you don't ask. And I challenge you this week, and I challenge you on a consistent basis to reach out to your client base to figure out what is and is not working for them, or what you are or are not doing that they wish you were not doing going forward. This is Mike's Monday motivation. Is you'll be motivated, I think, many of you, about how many good client experiences you have and how many people who just, when things are going well, they don't go out of their way to reach out to you to tell you that you're doing a good job. But when you reach out to them looking for some information, they tend to give you good feedback. They tend to promote that they're interested in helping you. They tend to sometimes bring more business to you because, I've been meaning to call you about this other project I got going on. Or maybe they're like, hey, what can I do for you? And you say, hey, is there anybody you can refer me to? Actually, I was talking to this other guy last week. Let me get you guys connected. And so not only can it become really motivating and inspiring for you to realize that your company doesn't suck and that you are actually doing some things really well, and it can also lead to sales and revenue and new relationships that can unlock totally new potential avenues for business, totally new potential avenues for employees. You just never know, because the truth is, people do good by you. You want to help them, but a lot of times just don't know how to. And so you just do nothing until an opportunity presents itself. And maybe that's a referral, maybe it's a conversation, maybe it's a testimonial or a comment on a Facebook post that somebody makes, and you're just promoting that individual or giving them the praise or recognition that you think they deserve. And if I were to reach out to you and say, hey, would you share my podcast? Or hey, would you, have I brought you value? Are you tuning in because you enjoy this? I think many of you would say yes. And I would say, hey, can you do this one thing for me? Can you connect me to one business owner that you think could benefit? Can you go to this WinRateSBA.com and check it out and see, and I want you to go there. I want you to see if you like it. I want you to check out this new program. But I think there are people who have listened a lot who'd be more inclined to help me than those who haven't. But we just don't know, we don't ask. So if you're feeling down in the dumps right now and you feel like your company's falling apart and no one's ever happy and your team can't get a lot of things right, which does happen in business sometimes, you do feel that way, I would challenge you to reach out to some of your clients. You might be surprised at some of the good feedback you get. You might be surprised by some of the bad feedback you get, but knowledge is power, and knowledge allows you to move forward and create initiatives and changes and adaptations and evolutions to allow your company to stay ahead of the client demand and stay consistently evolving towards what it is your ideal client wants from you. And you'd be crazy at how much this exercise might change your perspective this week. I have zero doubt that you have clients out there right now who want to sing your praises and help you, but you got to do the work. You got to win fast, win often by making those phone calls this week so that you can have what you're looking for. Win fast and win often.